Part 2, October 12, just about 3 minutes ago. Feed was interrupted at 1 hour 43 minutes, and so decided to continue it as we're, because they look at this beautiful blue sky. Continuing with part 2 of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, this special marching dance General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout. As we proceed, we're gonna be heading west, and then we're gonna be heading back to headquarters. It's 6:48 p.m. EST, Hawk Island. Sun setting now, and the sun is rising somewhere in the world. It is 3:48 p.m. EST on the West Coast. Wondering how my brothers and sisters in British Columbia and California are doing. Encouraging all to work out, train, exercise, go for walks. It is an exercise, and regardless of all other considerations, it is an investment in the body. Body is a temple for pleasure and for purpose. Myself living in the worst financial crisis of my life with this COVID, and few commissions, few works, had 3 temporary part-time employments during the COVID, and can't complain much. My rent is paid until October 31st. I'm not late on my rent. I got affordable rent thanks to my sister, who's my friend and teacher, and to that Trinity as the 4th dimension, being my one and only financial sponsor. And so I encourage everybody, since I've started on my fitness journey, to work out, to train, to exercise, which has been, is, and will continue to be medicine and therapy for yours truly, as I believe it is, so for many. To work out, train, exercise, there's an investment in the body, regardless of all other considerations. Encourage my allies and Armies to, as it's painful, you want to go into it. You're truly blood, sweat, and tears. I lost 77 pounds, and it is an investment, and it's a philosophy. Got no money to invest. Had no money to invest during COVID, before COVID. Had invested in my body, which is a temple for pleasure and for purpose. I'm gonna work, do for others, even a crisis, be of use, right? I realized how fucking useless during this life, although I had many incarnations as a farmer by the ancient Egyptian Nile, fed the priestesses of the goddess Hathor Sekhmet Isis. But this life, born in 1984, I realized one of my privileges have interconnected that. And with a quote from Albert Einstein, how lots of my work and my be able capabilities are from the blood, sweat, and tears of others as well, right? Who have come before me, right? Who have come before me. Since I've started my fitness journey, have been and am and will to advocate and call and incorporate this as a mission of the Dragon Army to encourage people to work out, to train, to exercise, take care of their bodies, for their body is a temple, for purpose and for pleasure. And I'm just gonna be testing these on the side. I'm curious how heavy they are. Oh yeah, they're heavy. Oh yeah. Heavy, heavy, heavy. To exercise, to train, to work out. I'm calling especially on our brothers, I'm gonna say patriarchal, because it's a fact. They are patriarchal in male sports leagues, and there's not even one sports league, let's be honest, women or gender integrated sports leagues, which makes even close to what the male dominated sports leagues like the NFL, National Football League, National Hockey League, Major League Baseball, National Basketball Association, NBA, and European soccer. Since 1984, our brothers in those aforementioned leagues, the NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, NFL, National Football League, MLB, Major League Baseball. There's not even having one that makes even close. Yes, there are individual women athletes who make at par, or at least complimentary, who make a million, who make millions, who are financially compensated, but the sports leagues, there's not even close, not even one. Suppose that if it comes even close to the amount that the aforementioned NFL, National Football League, NBA, National Basketball Association, National Hockey League, NHL, MLB, Major League Baseball, or NBA, or European soccer make. Not even close, not even close. It's 1984 to make millions. Average salaries is in the millions. For the NHL, I think it's average. So some make more, some make around, some make less. It's average salaries for those thousands of players, millions of dollars. NFL, I think it's $3 million average. So some make a million, some two, some three, some four, some 10. NBA around a few million as well, average. Some make 5 million, others 1 million, others 8. Major League Baseball as well, and European soccer as well. It's our civilization that rewarded these athletes in such a manner to be able to play a sport that hopefully they love. Yeah, and to make these millions of dollars. So I have been calling from the heart. I started day one for them to mass MAS finance, especially the youth at risk, more at risk financially, and can't afford to buy equipment, or for the equipment to go play hockey because it's expensive, or whatever else. Fees for the sports teams in organized sports, right, can be costly for the family, especially single parent families can be very costly. Believe me, poverty and the financial crises, and nobody can tell me nothing about that. That's for fucking sure. So to mass finance, I had to exercise, to work, to train. To work out, to exercise, and to train. Mass financing thereof. The Dragon Army was complementary mission, of course. And the general mission is to secure and ensure freedom. Look at a beautiful blue sky. Let's turn around about it. To secure and ensure freedom. By securing the three essential elements of civilization is the general mission of the Dragon Army. Those three essential elements for the maintenance, even to a certain extent upgrading civilization and ensuring, securing freedom are these three elements. Regardless of all other considerations for all citizens, allies, supporters and subjects of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire, the Dragon Army to secure the three elements of civilization. Those three elements are food, housing, and transport. Of course, transport so there's no abuse, or to have allocated a daily, weekly, monthly rate, and it can be cumulative. Cumulative that will, that if it's not used, it's added, and so on. And of course, sometimes people don't get along, they want to move, change habitations, quarters, have room, have access to bathroom, etc. The minimum. For them to be able to move. To move, change habitation. There's no abuse, it has to be like maximum thrice, 3 times every 90 days or something. Easy, simple, efficient. Easy, efficient, simple, secure. Something simple, secure for different ages, age groups. And of course, the examination de facto for anybody willingly loving to be a member of the Dragon Army. You must be able to do the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, within the rules. The rules are simple, effective, and efficient. Keep in mind the General War Integrated Total Body Training System was designed, created, and made by yours truly back in October 2019 to go hand in hand, like two sides to a coin, with a World War III scenario. After I had taken into consideration the geopolitical situation and analyzed events such as the US-China trade war began by the Trump administration in early 2018, also the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, aka Kathy Meng, the chief financial officer of Huawei, the biggest telecommunications smartphone equipment maker, had overtaken Apple and Samsung to become the biggest smartphone and telecommunications equipment maker. Chief financial officer Kathy Meng, aka Meng Wanzhou, is also the daughter of the founder Meng Wanzhou Renzhou. So she was arrested by the RCMP December 1st, 2018 on extradition treaty to honor an extradition treaty with the US on charges that there was dealings with Iran, contravening the sanctions imposed on the Iranian regime. So her arrest by the RCMP December 1st, 2018 unadmittedly triggered the arrest of Michael Spavor and Michael Kovrig. And of course, just 17 days ago, unadmittedly, there was a quid pro quo exchange. And Kathy Meng, aka Meng Wanzhou, Chief Financial Officer of Huawei, was released. And Michael Spavor, Michael Kovrig, a few hours later, she was on the plane back to China. Michael Spavor, Michael Kovrig were put on a plane and returned to Canada. Doesn't take much to discern the coincidence, that it's not a coincidence sometimes. You just kind of see the parallel, providential paradox behind it. It was a quid pro quo, an admitted exchange. Now, XYZ seems to be resolved, or not. Back in 2019, yours truly, world peace advocate, independent student, scholar of history, wars, geopolitics, and civilizations, and independent security analyst and theorist, had, after reaching the conclusion from what I've analyzed that had transpired in terms of geopolitical, financial, and global events, as the US-China trade war, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, historical events such as Pearl Harbor, I had come to my analysis in the conclusion that we, Canada, North American civilization, a Western world, the free world, the world, that we are on a path to World War III. So, October 17, 2019, there was to lead an Dragonborn, being reborn with every step, every push-up, every hawk, every squat, every sun ray that hits my body, moonlight that I gaze, star that I count, cup of coffee, food, every second. As Adrian Hunter, Dragon and Drudges, pansexual fun with the dancing goddess in the Dragon Army. October 17, 2019, held the first session of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, which is the de facto examination for all willingly loving to join the Dragon Army. Paradoxically, in a providential parallel way, my workout was created, designed, and made to go with a scenario which resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crises. In my scenario, of course, which, keep in mind that it began 93 days or so before the COVID-19 health and financial crises began, October 17, 2019. And was created to go hand in hand with the aforementioned scenario, World War III scenario. And since in my scenario had the solution, after the destruction and devastation of World War III, in my scenario there was a solution. That's what, since July 24, 2020, I had began advocating for. The creation of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout solution, and in parallel, the creation of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragon Army. Because in my scenario, and again a paradoxical parallel providence, what triggers World War III in my scenario is a stock market crash, which causes a global financial collapse, which of course, due to COVID, the coronavirus recession was, and depression in some parts of the world's economies, right, more or less, different economies were hit. Nonetheless, the coronavirus recession, which is the greatest financial, commercial, economic downturn, depression, and since the Second World War in more than 77 years, right, since the Great Depression, Second World War. So what causes it is the stock market crash and due to COVID. So in my scenario, stock market crash caused a global financial collapse, which triggers World War III, and due to COVID, the stock market crash began crashing. The crash occurred February 20th until April 7th, which triggers the recessions and depressions. So February 20th to April 7th. February 20th to April 7th, the coronavirus stock market crash occurred. Between that, it started February 20th and it ended about April 7th, but it triggered recessions and depressions on a worldwide, global, financial, economic, commercial scale. And in my scenario before, which I started before, of course, is the first workout in the timeline of the scenario in my workouts was, of course, 2019. And the workout, the timeline was, of course, the first session when the not so distant future World War III scenario timeline begins in parallel with me performing the workouts, of which the first session was October 17, 2019, and completed successfully 213 sessions up to this moment in time, October 12, 2021. And now I'm doing then, of course, special ones in streets and civilization in this urban jungle, beautiful urban jungle. I love it. Mantra, Metropolis, Hawk Island, and which we still have trees and still have a balance, equilibrium, harmony with nature, more or less. So, as parallel as my scenario, the stock market crash occurred due to COVID. And in my scenario, there was a solution to the devastation and the socio-economic destruction of World War III. And the solution was mobilizing 1% of NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries, which I'm calling Israel to be the 31st member of NATO ASAP. Just gonna go quickly in and out. I'm gonna go out of the other side. Just wanna check. It's my old neighborhood and the most affordable cinema. I used to come watch movies many years of my years of struggling, suffering, pain, loneliness, depression, precarious employment, and chronic illness like the diseases and the pestilences of the world was upon yours truly, upon me. And not wasted time, but made the libraries of the city of Montreal my second home, and the many thousands of books, my friends, and have written thousands of pages of theory, proposals, poetry, scripts, songs, philosophy, and much of it is giving it to you now on social media. It embodies in the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, universal revolutionary centrist party for world peace, international justice, global freedom, ensuring freedom is the Dragon Army's main general mission, in parallel with encouraging people to work out, train, exercise, which has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. The beautiful moon, the eye of the goddess. goddess's body. The eye is the moon, which you see right there. Starting to see a bit. See? These trees, that you can see, are but the hairs on the goddess's body. The goddess that dances with the bird, the sun, or gets one kiss from the goddess of infinite space, infinite stars, of heaven starlit above, and that kiss turns into 93 trillions of kisses, which yours truly will willingly loving, not selfishly distribute to my allies and armies who are willingly loving to join yours truly, Adrian H. Dragonborn, being reborn, Adrian Hanna, Dragon, yours truly, androgynous pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire. General Captain, founder of the Dragon Army for world peace and securing and ensuring freedom here, Hawk Island, Montreal, Canada, North America, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries first, with our allies Israel, for a new world order of world peace, international justice, and global freedom, where we have the three essentials secured: food, housing, and transport, the three essential elements for all. And once we have those three secured, we can encourage people to volunteer, work out, train, exercise, and hopefully put a lot of red, a lot of green, and a lot of rainbow colors on these gray, dark gray buildings throughout our cities. Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them are way too gray for my taste. I wish I could see more red, more green, which are the official colors of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Army, which are complementary covenant cooperative armies, respectively. One to secure food, housing, and transport, the other to attain harmony between civilization and nature. And I'm just gonna go take the schedule. Oh, it's closed. Seems to be closed, I guess, yeah. Or maybe to the side. There's a place called the Dollar Cinema here where, struggling financially, I've come to watch many movies, and it hasn't changed the price. It's still $2.50. Sometimes movies are even free, and popcorn and Coke and food are always affordable. It hasn't changed the prices for many years, and I think it does it more out of passion. I don't speak for anybody but myself. This is Dragon Zero, yours truly, but I'm gonna have to see if there's a way to get in somehow. Take that. Oh yeah, it's open there. Oh, I have to mask up. I'm gonna go inside. And don't forget to wash hands. It's very important. Keep hygienic. Stop. Press on it. Rub the hands clean. And I'll rub. Disinfectant. Because although I didn't touch physically the place, I don't know. Rub. And this will go right there. Hello. Do you have milkas?
Milka, no, not yet. We haven't.
Okay. I just wanted to buy some milka, yeah.
Oh, we haven't. No.
You remember me? I love those, yeah. Yes, the milka person.
Weaver, yeah.
Will you're gonna get some, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, I just wanted to buy 2 or 3. Preferably the white one.
White.
The white chocolate. First my favorite white, then hazelnut. and then almonds.
Almond. Okay.
But usually if it's Milka, it doesn't matter. But I prefer the white chocolate. White or hazelnut. Bye-bye.
You come from Germany?
Oh, no, not me. I have some ancestry which were Ashkenazi Germans, yeah, but I speak a little bit.
Some people in your family in Germany?
Yeah, German Ashkenazi, yeah. Ashkenazi, yeah.
So your blood has some German.
Well, German Jewish.
You're German Jewish.
Yeah, some blood, yeah.
So that's why you like German chocolate.
I never thought of that. You think that's why? Maybe.
Maybe because this is German chocolate.
Yes,
Produced in Germany.
you're right. It's made in Germany.
When I studied in Germany, I worked in the chocolate factory 2 months. Yeah,
Wow.
that's really very good.
What did you do? What did you do? You feel?
Please band. We put the box there. You put this, she put that, and then
Wow.
and then, yeah, to go everywhere in the world.
Wow.
Before Christmas, when I studied,
Wow.
2 months.
Wow. You have experience in the German chocolate
and then
factory.
They allowed us to eat all the time, but you cannot. The first few days eat after you feeling you fat, you feeling no good. The teeth, I lose one teeth.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's too much.
They're very good, very good.
One of the best chocolates in the world.
Yeah.
Good for you. Wow. So do you speak German?
Yeah,
Sprachen Sie Deutsch, ja?
ich spreche Deutsch.
Ja, ja, ein bisschen.
Ein bisschen.
Verstehst?
Ich habe in Deutschland für 8 Jahre studiert.
Oh, meine Frau. Ich liebe dich.
Ja.
8 Jahre, oh, das ist gut. 8 years.
Ja, 8 Jahre.
7, 8, 9, 10, yeah.
Ja.
8 years, wow. Do you miss going to Germany?
Ich liebe Deutschland.
Yeah. Hello. Asking for Milka.
Oh, you want the milk?
Yeah.
Can you order Milka?
I can order it again. I had
Thanks.
The first one is white and the hazelnut and the
Okay.
almond.
Okay.
Yeah, remember I used to come by the Milka?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are our best customer.
So that's why I came in, just to get the Milka, and she told me she had it. She speaks German. So it's cool, because they're made in Germany.
Yeah, they're great.
Best. Nice talking to you, nice seeing you.
You have good taste.
Yes. So I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back for the Milkas and some movies. I won't stay today because I gotta run, but
Okay.
next time I'll see. Next time I'll come from Milka and movies.
You know the German people say the Daumen drücken.
Oh.
You know what it means?
Drinking?
No, Daumen, this is Daumen.
Oh.
Daumen drücken.
Oh no, nine.
Cross the finger.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, cross finger, that means good luck.
Oh yeah.
Daumen drücken in German.
Jawohl.
Ausdruck.
Raus.
Feel friend,
Ja. Ich liebe dich. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Ciao. Love you guys. Oh, I thought I paused it. It was still going. Ooh. Oh well. I thought I paused it. See, this is the schedule. So what's playing? The Suicide Squad, Don't Breathe 2, The Father, Abominable Space Jam: A New Legacy, the Baby Boss family swap, and the price. This is the schedule until October 14. So Thursday is gonna change. And yeah, doesn't say the price. I thought I had put a stop. Put a stop, but it seems like it continued recording, and I wanted to put a stop. Nonetheless, let's check if I can drink some water. There we go. Oh shit, it doesn't work. Out of luck. Beautiful dog. Too small. Tiny, tiny, tiny. I love those that don't bark that much. Usually, when I start barking, usually the small ones, but this one didn't bark at all. So I like the because they don't bark like that much. It's kind of cool. The moon's coming out again, so yours truly. I thought had paused it. I thought it was on pause. I thought I paused it, but when I went in, I didn't. But I showed their faces, and I didn't mean to. I thought I was not recording, and at the time when I went into the Dollar Cinema, but it seems that it didn't pause. I didn't press strong enough, I guess, or I just pressed, or the cursor wasn't on it, and I pressed on the black, not on the white pause button with the cursor, so it didn't stop. Anyways, I know one of my secrets that although they don't sponsor yours truly, it's one of my favorite chocolates. If you heard the conversation or not, whatever. That is one of my favorite chocolate bars, which is to go get there at very affordable price, as well as the movies. Where in my old neighborhood of Côte de Neige, CDN Côte de Neige, which is from here to where I live now, and still underground, as I lived before in the underground, had a much smaller room off Sun Temple and no kitchen. Well, the kitchen was in the room, and I had no bathtub, which kind of sucked. I miss taking baths. Oh, that's why probably I'm catching baths back on that. If I had a bigger one than I have one now, I'd probably take one every night, every day, or every second day. Taking minimum once a week, sometimes twice a week, depending on how much I work out and exercise, of course. I recommend regular baths, at least once a week. Stay half an hour in the bath, in the water. It's good. Of water and fire, both rivers of water, fire, abomination, some say, but say holy, divine, sacred name out of your mouth, Adrian Hunter Dragon, if it's not for a blessing. Love how the moon looks. A little bit of a cloudy. Do have a tattoo of a full moon there. As you can see, full moon and the pyramid, and the lion and the goddess, and the phoenix. That's from here at this pace, which is a fast-paced marching style pace. It's about an hour and a half, 77 minutes, maybe 93. Back to headquarters. I'm in for a little bit of a ride. Again, for anybody willingly loving to, hockey season started. Up on the curtains, I can see NHL. Too much money. They made their millions. I love the games. Though dancing, my favorite sport, combat sport. Making dancing the most powerful weapon on earth for world peace, international justice, and global freedom. I love boxing, love hockey, love football, other sports as well. But I'm calling, of course, on the players and the owners and everybody, of course, at our multi-millionaires, the owners and the players of the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, MLB, Major League Baseball, NBA, National Basketball Association. National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball, European Soccer to mass finance. It's time to mass finance. It's a good investment in health and joy. People to work out, train, exercise. Which? Which has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly, as I believe it is for many, especially youth. I'm giving them different. They need to exercise, work out, train. Don't need to give them too many pills, and over medication has been a problem since more than 25 years now, since the 90s, if not the early 80s. Right, over medication of the youth. If we can allow and afford as a civilization, North American civilization, Western civilization, to reward athletes so many millions of dollars annually to play a sport, we can also public-private partnership, mass finance, working out, training, and exercising. All right, we can. I realized my interconnected privilege, like I said, and I mentioned again, how fucking useless I can fucking be, since in this life, born in 1984 November, I've not farmed. In other lives, not totally true. I did have some years where I was participating and did urban farming, so I did farm. Technically I did farm, so I have some farming experience. Right, so I would be able to grow potatoes, legumes, vegetables, stuff like that, in theory, right? Because I did. It's not like I never did it. So I did it a few times. A few years I've did farming, urban farming, so on small plots. But nonetheless, the produce came out good, so I do have some experience. But I'm a millennial. Millennials born between 1981 to 1996. I got 15 years. 81 to 96. 81 to 96. I'm 84, 1984. Many millennials have, the majority, do not own farms, have not experienced farming, and we grew up with this privilege, right, with this development. But at the end of the day, we're fucking useless. You don't know how to farm. You can't grow your own food. You gotta admit it. I admit it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna feed. What are you gonna eat? Right? Worst case scenario. Right? You can't have food. If you have no experience farming, you don't own a farm. Right? We've seen a financial crises or World War III scenarios such as mine. Worst case scenario, what? Doom. You have to learn. You can learn fast, but you also have to have practice. The soil, how deep into the ground, the water it needs, the sun, what direction, right? Has to be to get more sun. The seasons higher of putting different crops. Right? Not all crops are put at the same seasons throughout the Western Hemisphere, North America. Right? Right? So I have some experience in other lives. By the ancient Egyptian Nile, I've harvested wheat, grapes, was a farmer, was catering to the priestesses of the goddess Hathor, Sekhmet, Isis. Those three names usually kind of refer to the same divine feminine, divine goddess. GODDA says, yours truly, Dragon Zero says it. There's no God when they say God, I say, and the goddess. Goddess as well, right? Goddess as well. These trees, look at these trees. Look at the temple, blue lidded, sunrise, sunset. I don't need another temple. Got my holy, sacred, divine city where the pyramids are. Have a little piece of dust there. And this whole world is a temple. East, west, north, south, where the sun rises, sun sets. On all the world, all the earth, and the heavens above. Look at these trees. Mother Nature is the greatest artist. Look at these trees. Look. Way bigger than my age. A dragon and a rainbow ass with tiny hands, tiny feet, and a tiny clitoris dick. Right, I admit it. See? Look. Look at the big trees. One tree, 7 times my size and weight. Maybe not weight, but size. It's just one hair of the goddess's body. And the goddess dances with her brother the sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes. That my brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest first to make, create, and produce civilization. And that is the philosophy and the motto of the dancing goddess army. Or the importance. And I realize how fucking useless I can fucking be. I never farmed. I mean, okay, in theory, give me the grains, the tools, I could farm, because I did farm in this life as well. Urban farming. So, throughout Montreal, I would grow some crops. Yes. Not totally, but still. To feed somebody else, right? To have a farm. Realize, to admit certain privileges we have and certain interconnections and be grateful for some of the things, right? Because at the end of the day, I have food, something to eat, enough food, rent's paid. My rent's paid until October 31st. Try to keep clean. My mom's in them, but clean. And the body is the machine, though. the temple, the body. Can get dirty. I love to get dirty too. I'm not holy saint and self-righteous and die self-fucking righteous here. I got issues, got vices, love, lust, physical pleasure, massages to give and receive, drink a little bit, dance, XYZ. I struggle with porn addiction. No longer. Like the porn diets, porn breaks, and different addictions. You heal, transform to working out, training, exercise. And it's blood, sweat, and tears. Right? And admitting you have negative emotions and feelings. Your spot is the irrational world, emotional, subconscious. The spot of this world is logic, mathematics. In a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology would have totally dominated my universe, where satellites, computers, smartphones, and high-tech gadgets would have been my chosen path. In a parallel life, I created Skynet. In this one, art, spirituality, psychology, the irrational, emotional, physical are my path. An underground rap, that's for sure. An underground rap. I got a nice red bike. I love it. Love how it shines. I wonder how fast it goes. Probably 156. It was a bit small, but it's for two. I like it. Has a nice, it's a nice smooth. It looks smooth. Something I like about it. It's probably not that visible in the video since it's in the dark now. Street lights, but nonetheless, there was something I liked a lot about that little bike. Back to the NFL, National Football League, NHL, MLB, Major League Baseball. Since 1984, brothers, now say patriarchal. There's not even one women's sports league that even makes close finances that they make. Right? Give back, finance, mass finance, youth, to work out, to train, to exercise. I mean, if we can afford to reward them collectively, you know, we can make public-private partnership in order to encourage the youth at risk, to work out, to train, to exercise. Body, and artists, rappers, made millions of dollars, right? And we reward them, right? We reward them. We reward them. Public-private partnerships. The body. I said, listen, since we have a gas prices have increasing most in 7 years, 8. Suppose it's going up. It's gonna be a gas crisis. Never seen before, maybe, right? Maybe. 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 Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not next week, but by Halloween, we could see a major oil gas skyrocketing prices. It could triple. Not saying it will, just saying it could. So many convergence factors, and US debt ceiling, China Evergrande default, pressures from the COVID recession and the stock market crash, which began February 20th, 2020, and ended April 7th, of which yours truly, of course, I had COVID back at the end of January 2020 until about February 20th, 2020. That when the stock market crash began due to COVID, before mass testing was available. It's very sickle and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. Right? Survived, and I was seriously ill for like 22 days. I thought I was gonna die. In many ways, Adrian H. Dragonborn did die during COVID. That be first understood. Got my child. Was my general. He doesn't dance, my Lord H. So I gotta do the dance for him. Taking orders from a kid, believe it or not. An adolescent. Come on, Dragon, you worthless piece of tech, calls me names. Get up, do push-ups, squats, hocks. God damn it, slash me the hell around. East, west, north, south. East to west and back. Sunrise, sunset. Oh, child. It's like a kid. And he's drilling me. He's giving me orders. Made me create the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, the child. What a beautiful half moon. Beautiful half moon. So could we see, not saying tomorrow overnight, could we see next week, or say by 12th of October now, by 31 days October has, Halloween 31, so 19 days. By Halloween, could we see prices doubling, tripling on gas? We can. You could. Listen, so many unprecedented things happen. If it's myself, my own fitness, personal fitness records breaking, losing weight, getting fit, investing in this body, because ultimately, they're great. I admire technology, science, innovation. I love it. I'm for it, for our integration with it. I would volunteer for the craziest possible experiments to link Internet of Things, everything. But ultimately, it's metal, gas, right? Much of it, fundamentally, the general dynamics of how it works hasn't changed much of a car. Sure, now we have electric, solar, XYZ, yes, yes, yes. Progress, progress, progress. But ultimately, it can depend more on the body. If you march a few miles, yours truly has millions, if not billions, of steps in the last years in this hot Island, Montreal, with his running shoes gifted by my sister friend and teacher, to that trinity of sister friend teacher at the fourth dimension, made my one and only financial sponsor at the moment. Open for business 24/7. Comment, direct, respond, suggest, propose, and my official volunteer representative, Red CLIL work, will direct, instruct, will bless you in my name, Adrian H. Dragon. Millions of steps, thousands of push-ups, thousands of squats, thousands of hocks, in steel-toe boots, barefoot, or in these running shoes to turn that A into an O in my surname. As the motto of the Dragon Army goes, nobody's born a dragon, you become one. Not even I. When Adrian H. Dragon died during COVID, I'm not a dragon because he got a surname from somebody who got the same surname as me, whom I barely remember. And that is the motto of the Dragon Army. Nobody is born a dragon, you become one. Through blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears, and lots of sunlight. Lots of sunlight, sun ray. And everybody can't join. You gotta admit, because Dragon Zero is gonna drill you. I'm gonna call you liars. I admit I'm not perfect, dealt with X, Y, Z. Prejudices, fears, hatreds, hidden lusts. Press 13.3 years being bisexual. Only 7 years ago I'm in the open. I think Colin Zeeb is the only gay bisexual player in the NFL, come on. I'm guarantee you that whenever they play on any given Sunday, on each side, whether offense or defense, at least another one more. Right now, I've heard news that Gruber, head coach, something happened, got off, whatever. He might be a bisexual, not admitted it. A lot of the coaches too, but 30-something teams, at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which are bisexual, whether they admit it or not. So yours truly best believe that yours truly will drill you, will question you, and nobody's born a dragon. You become one through blood, sweat, and tears, as yours truly is becoming. So tell the leaders of the free world yours truly, Dragon Zero's message. Drop down, give Dragon Zero 13 push-ups, and make sure you clean your hands with hygiene. Clean your goddamn hands. I had to come tell you, you gotta rub and clean your hands for you. Look at this beautiful red cars. I see a dragon on it. Realizing, admitting. It's not easy, is it? As you have economic, financial pressures, family pressures, backgrounds. A 7-letter word. FREDOM. Freedom. I admit. A sword of freedom. Too heavy for me to live with my tiny fucking hands. And tiny feet. Tiny clitoris dick. Got a clit dick. Little scar. Long scar. Little scar. Little scar. Still offends, doesn't it? And freedom's gotta be secured and insured. Now the general mission of the Dragon Army. So I can only lift it. Perhaps with my friend. Oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call Sister House. Double-edged, sharp, understanding one's nature's inclinations, and I feel the psychological dimension of one's aggressions, individual and collective, violence or force, of course in itself, just like fire, not bad or evil or negative. It's understanding it and channeling it. To constructive areas, venues, activities, working out, training, exercising, doing volunteering, working, sports, dancing, massaging, community work, XYZ. Not easy. Not easy, is it? Well, wear masks anyways. One more mask will not kill anybody. I understand we want to be liked, want to get a better promotion, get a job, get a bit of a commission, right? You know, a phone number. We deceive ourselves a lot, don't we? And I'm not perfect, far from it. I lust, L-U-S-T. I want to be loved and loved hard and soft and rainbow. Androgynous, pansexual. A little bit of weed, a little bit of cannabis. A lot of things where they grow crooked in the dark. Things we don't admit, we're ashamed for XYZ reasons. Embarrassed for XYZ reasons. I understand. I gotta channel it. Sublimation, not repression. Because repressing emotions, feelings, lust, urges, whatever XYZ fears, will make us sick, ill, and diseased, psychologically and in body. Admitting and accepting it, such as hidden fears, hidden lusts, hidden prejudices, ignorance. Accepting it will make it stronger. So imagine a nuclear warhead on its way to Hawk Island, Canada now. How many of these people will be ready in such an event? Right? Anybody here knows how to farm? Nobody here knows how to farm. In case of a nuclear war, these people will starve. I don't even know how to farm, these millennials. I think I'm joking. Yeah, nuclear warheads, man. And I'm big boo-boos. I think I'm joking. Maybe they deserve it after all. Maybe we all deserve it. Just don't want to admit it. We gossip. We lie. We cheat. Maybe we deserve it. We don't admit it. But maybe we all fucking deserve it. More or less. We lie. We gossip. Maybe we're all fucking guilty of something. In case of nuclear war, these people will eat each other. You can bet on that. Imagine. Maybe we deserve it. We all lie, don't we? Gossip. Or the next XYZ. Maybe we deserve this COVID. Maybe I deserved it. Maybe I deserve to be struck by lightning now. Let's see. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess my karma is okay. Trying to balance it. Try to do good for the children. Beautiful red car. As they have to experience life, love, falling in love. That's why sometimes I'm disappointed. I go, there's people, where's the hugs? I don't see people kissing. Sometimes I see, then I'm happy. See teenage love, and I'm happy. See young teenagers kissing, hugging. Love lifts my mood. That's what I want to see. Go, I pass by there, people saying, eating. Oh, loving, no kissing. What the hell is this? I want to be loved. I want to love. Love hard, love soft. Rent's paid. Rent's paid till October 31st. Got food to survive. Got a chocolate bar at home. I'm grateful. But imagine that scenario. It's out of so many people. And myself, I admit it, I say I'm fucking useless. Of course, I did farm sometimes, but if worst case scenario, North Korea, they claim they have the ICBM. For all we know, if their claim is correct that the intercontinental ballistic missile can fly and reach continental North America, meaning the New York, Hawk Island, Montreal, my island metropolis as well, is within the range. If their claim is correct, and from the confirmations of the CIA and the CSIS and the Mossad and MI6 and other military intelligence, if their claim is correct, they can reach their ICBMs, which stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles, can in theory reach all the way here, all the way in my headquarters, underneath, in theory. Now in practice, of course, they haven't tested it that long range. They tested them, and they claim that they can go, I think they tested them for 2,000 something kilometers, and the game it has 3 times the capability. And so, if that is correct, that would mean that it could reach all of continental North America. Beautiful moon. That's the moon there. It could reach continental North America. So, for all we know, North Korea ICBM could, with a nuclear warhead, could in theory be on its way now. Now it takes a few hours or to reach, but in theory it could have been launched. Do we have an Iron Dome like Israel does? North America, we have NORAD. He could in theory, in a parallel life, would have designed satellites able to perhaps shoot down in that parallel life where science, innovation, and technology would have been my chosen path. Remember, has been able to shoot down the incoming missile, the intercontinental ballistic missile. In theory, In practice, that's a different story. Well, look, that's why we're interdependent about each other. Interdependent, interconnected, and we gotta ensure freedom by securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Look, COVID is maybe mutating, and Delta variants could be. North Korea, their rockets could be on its way now. How many people there is they have? I don't one who's gonna be useful. Nah, money. It's not useful in such a circumstance. You gotta secure food, housing, and transport. And to farm. Like there's some farming there on the corner. I did some farming. I don't have a big farm so I can feed a whole big families or a huge percentage. Right? I'm grateful. My brothers and sisters, farmers, who harvested the fruits, the dance, the goddess with her brother's son. And those fruits, vegetables, legumes, fruits, potatoes, wheat, grapes, beans, bananas, all the fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother's son, that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest. Right? For us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. That is the motto of the Dancing Goddess Army. Gas tripling the price. Look, these cars are gonna. Who's gonna move? Only a few got stacked on gas. If gas prices triple by October 31st, worst case scenario, a lot of who's gonna travel? This public transit, right? A lot of public transit. What's we're gonna do to travel? XYZ. So investing in the body. I'm marching millions of steps. And the body, again, the car, again, no more gas, can afford it. Right? Not that it's an issue of trust, but supply, let's say. Supply, no, or the gas price tripling by Halloween, October 31st, your gas prices $4 a liter. Okay, 150 today. 150, right? It went up. Biggest price increase in I think 7 years. Gas hasn't been so expensive. I think it's 150 today at the pumps. I'm not sure. 150, 149, something like that. Could be 149, 148, 150. Could be one. Could have been up again since I started my march early this afternoon, late afternoon. Could have been under up. How much? Ah, smells good. Smells good. By how much, I don't know. Could it triple by Halloween? I will not rule it out. I'm not saying it will. Say that it could. Supply disruptions. For all we know, war with China could start now. China invades Taiwan, officially called the Republic of China. I'm a little bit of a student of that situation with Mao Zedong, and having studied the Mao Zedong and his People's Republic of China, his theories. Studied a bit Mao and know a little bit of how it's fundamentally, it's a nice ghost, Halloween ghost. Fundamentally, how it's rooted in just gonna check what's this. exercise is good. Hey, that's good. That's great. I'm gonna leave it for somebody else. I'm already doing my own, and this is meditation. Great. That's good. Hey, good. Look at this. Oh yeah. Yoga, working out, training, exercising. Yep. Very good stuff. Exercise, training, great. I bless it. There's somebody who uses this, takes it and uses it and heals and regenerates and puts it to good use. There we go. Continuing marching. Could the gas triple? It could be. What are these cars gonna do? Most of the cars here. Without gas, unless they're electric, they can't run. What? How many percentages are electric in the hot island Montreal? Let's say, yeah, 5, 10, 15. I would say it's below 10. If I were to assume it's close to around 5%, I would say that are electric. The ones with the gas, 95%. Let's say 10% are. I do a count here. Well, it's not really a good scientific survey because it would have to be proportional representations, and the neighborhoods are by socioeconomics, and you have to take that into consideration since generally the electric cars are more expensive than the other regular cars. Right. So from what I see now, I haven't seen any electric in 10, so let's say below 10%. Triple the price with the financial crisis ongoing. Debt. CERB is gonna run out. We're talking about massive layoffs due to not being vaccinated COVID. How's that gonna be? Right? What's that gonna be? I got some food stacked over, but in worst case scenario, I can't feed many people. I have a farm. I have some experience in past lives, many experiences. Ancient Egypt, ancient Rome to build pyramids, the priestesses, and ancient Rome to build the aqueducts, ancient Babylon, ancient India. Farmed many of past lives, have farming and cattle. And these lives have some experience. I said no, and I'm fucking useless. Although, in order to feed others, and I know have a farm to help my brothers and sisters. No, right? Nothing on beautiful moon. I had the goddess. I ain't on that big scale. During this COVID, I made the realization how in certain situation we are, and myself included, fucking useless to others, right? Or in terms of helping, and how when it comes down to some of the fundamentals, it's doing or taking some concrete action, and putting theory into practice rather than theory, and blah blah blah. Right? So, and one investment and one thing is depend on the body. And how do you strengthen the body to be able to walk more, march more? In theory, I know that I'm able to march the records of, I think, 7 hours. Could probably stretch it to, before having to rest for a few hours, could probably stretch it to maybe 13 hours. 13 hours of continuous this pace. That's how I would say I would be able, knowing my body, I would be able to march 13 hours. That's half a day plus 1, 13 hours this pace, which is marching pace, right? So probably from Hawk Island, from the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Empire and the Dragon Army, Mount Royal, which is one of the 3 peaks of the 3 system, Mountain System, Mount Royal, Westmount, Outremont. Those 3 mountains are Mount Royal proper, Outremont, and Westmount. So from one of those 3 peaks, in any direction, 13 hours will probably reach either the east or the west. Hello, beautiful doggy. Little tiny poodle. Pooch. Tiny legs. Didn't bark, so I like him. I like dogs that don't bark. They look at you and they don't bark. Ones that bark, man, I don't know. They start barking too much and they woof, woof, woof. I'm like, no. I guess not. They bark a bit too much. Gonna be wow. So that one didn't bark. Cutie. So realizing all this interconnectedness, our interdependency, and being for a universal revolutionary centrist, public-private partnership, and world peace advocate, independent student, scholar of history, independent athlete, activist, and artist, AAA, artist, activist, athlete. Walking back to headquarters, back west again. More than 3 hours march. So the first one, because I'm now more than 3 hours in. It's gonna be probably 3.5 hours since first video kind of stopped for some reason at 1 hour and 40 minutes, which is about 100 minutes, and now we're about 87 minutes. So 100 minutes, 187. 187 minutes is 3 hours and 7 minutes. Divided by 360, that's what it is. So 13 hours, which without pausing would be, I would have to pause for a few hours rest. But I believe I could do 13 hours. I did 6 regularly, 7, sometimes even 8 and 9. 9 not that often, but I know that I could push it to 13. So in theory, I could reach from the peak, where the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, which is one empire under the sun, under the moon, and the stars on Earth. And the Dragon Army and the Dancing Goddess Army are one. One. Under the sun, under the stars, under the moon, on Earth. For world peace, international justice, and securing and ensuring global freedom while attaining harmony between civilization and nature. By debt refusion, taking all existing private and public debt. Taking that number, crediting the creation of the Dancing Goddess Army, officially titled International Integrated Dance League, in complementary covenant cooperative with the Dragon Army, officially the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, by creating a global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange by biometrics. The hand, the voice, and the eye are unique biometrics identifiers. And to issue that universal unit of exchange by biometrics, by refusing taking all private and public debt, taking that number and creating the two complementary cooperative covenant institutions. The International and Integrated Dance League integrated will be an all gender, all ages, all sexual orientation inclusive. You can have professional dancing and to dance with the purpose of mass cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes, forests thereof, and the Dragon Army to secure food, housing, and transport for all. Those 3 essential elements to ensure and secure freedom. Once those 3 are secured and ensured, can encourage people to work out, train, exercise, do community work, volunteer. dance, love, 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 lots of loving. Get dirty but get back clean, royal, lofty, regal. The hygiene. Ensure people and encourage people to keep hygienic and wash their hands when they go into public, whether to go grocery store or a bank teller or in a public venue or private for that matter. Public and private partnership for harmony and securing, ensuring freedom and balancing the public and the private. After we have secured those three, we can encourage people to volunteer, work out, train, exercise, do community work, get dirty but get back clean, have joy and strength, and through the theory put into practice of more integration by volunteering in community work and regular with the Dragon Army and the Dancing Goddess Army to go learn about how all this civilization we maintain it and to be in equilibrium with Mother Nature, to go see how recycling is done, how compost is done, how Hydro-Quebec here, we're blessed to have in Quebec a wonder, marvelous Hydro-Quebec, clean hydroelectric, the Mother Nature's veins, the rivers, River St. Lawrence and others, the water, and all things under the sun as civilization, how they cross-sectionalized Africa. Since 1984 we had a lot of specialization, which is great and good, but we also need more integration by community volunteering and by the Dragon Army in order to foster the public and the private. Balance, freedom, social responsibility, XYZ, and rights and duties and obligations, social responsibilities. That is about the general mission. Are yours truly. Marching west towards the moon, back to headquarters, like I said, in theory. Well, pretty much I'm sure there's no lot I've done working out, training, exercising in these past years to lose 77 pounds, to get fit, blood, sweat, and tears, and marching steps. Know that at 13 hours without stopping, I could march. So from headquarters of the Dragon Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Empire, and the headquarters Mount Royal, and the other peaks from Mount Royal proper at the Belvedere, either east or west, just keep on marching at this pace for about 13 hours without stopping. So I could reach, it's a big island, it's not a small island. Montreal, Hog Island is not small. So it's east, west, north, south. Could reach, maybe I'll try one day. Maybe in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead before it starts snowing also. Although I do have steel toe boots now. Found and retrieved and blessed, consecrated and washed. So I'll be ready to go. So in theory, could go go about 13 hours, about more or less, I would say 13 hours without stopping, like this space, like this. Right, that's about marching pace, walking fast pace walking. Call it marching, it's a marching pace. So 13 hours in each direction, or north, south, east, west, or roundabout in circular, like a snake. Could march without pausing 13 hours. I can do that. How many can do that? Could do that? Don't know. How many could do 7? How many could do 6? Much I'm about probably, well, I did work out in between, so it's not marching 3 hours, but I did march about 3 hours, let's say. So in theory, how many can do 3 hours? Right? No. You gotta try it, you gotta do it. It took me a few years to lose 77 pounds and get in the fittest, strongest, most athletic condition of my adult life. Paradoxically living in the worst financial situation, but this COVID times and the fitness and the body is a temple for purpose and pleasure, and fitness is part of it. Getting sun and hygiene also. Washing, cleaning, exercising, water. Bath, shower. 2 showers a day now. Listen, for all I know, COVID can mutate coming days, weeks. Hours ahead. That's a nice color. Finally a good color billboard, red. Shades of red. Which is the official color of the Dragon Army. Green is the Dancing Goddess army. How many? I don't know, but I do know that if gas prices triple by October 31st, there's not going to be a lot of cars on the streets. Yours truly is Dragon Fit to March. Be an ally, a supporter. An ally, a supporter of the Dragon Army. Nobody is born a dragon, not even myself, with surname Dragon. Somebody has the same surname as me. You ain't not a dragon because you got a surname Dragon. Matter of fact, what surname that I got, I barely don't remember. And as the joke goes, you never know who the father is. You can always be sure about the mother, although I have not a lot of memories about my biological family. I lost a lot of memories, a lot of XYZ and but here and there. I'm a grandmother, a little bit. The one who has been my friend, my teacher, my family, the one I love and call sister in many years. Anonymous fourth dimension sponsor, financial sponsor. To remain named, anonymous. So yours truly marching to the moon. Moon. And we're a few minutes from where we started the first part of the video. And we're gonna lock the circle. And in a few minutes we'll be complete. That was a good march, a good workout with some good rocks. Gonna take a shower, have coffee, upload maybe the first and the second. Video. Well, this is the second because the first one got interrupted. Or it paused, or maybe I clicked somehow on the stop. Could the prices triple for the gas? Possibly. Not tomorrow maybe, but maybe in coming days, weeks. I'm gonna see a lot of cars on the streets. With this COVID financial crisis, not a lot of people can afford it. Pay gas already now, stressed, and prices are going up. Alright. As for the ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, in theory, could be on its way now to Montreal, Hawk Island, since if their claim is correct, and supposedly it has been confirmed that they're able to reach all ALL continental North America, which includes Montreal, New York, Atlanta, the east coast of North America, Canada, the east coast of Canada, the east coast of USA. So it includes the cities, New York, Montreal right here. ICBM could be nuclear warheads. We got plans, we got food, we have stacks of food cans, somewhere where, you know. It's COVID. COVID could mutate Delta, supposedly very dangerous. Delta could become Alpha. Become the worst strain, Alpha maybe. By Halloween, we have an Alpha going on decimating 2/3 of the world population. Worse than what we've seen, right? Alpha. People don't bath, hygiene, wash their hands, disinfectant, take sun, get vaccinated, get tested. There's an electric. Tesla, Mr. Elon Musk. I invite you to my room, office, and temple where we can discuss a satellite integrated Starlink, Canada, NATO, USA, Israel, Dragon Sky, defense, deterrence, satellite, land and satellite deterrence system. In case North Korea launches a missile. Hit right there in the tower. That's, I think, 3G, 4G, or 5G telecommunication tower there. This is where we're gonna wrap it up. Since we started here, we went roundabout on the other side, and now we're at the corner where we started filming the first. So we'll wrap it up. Cool streets, Dragon Streets. Who streets, Dragons Streets. Who streets, Dragon Zero, Dragon Army Streets. Dragon Zero out.